Hey guys, this is Life Peddlers and I'm Srinivas. We all have certain beliefs that what's good and what's bad for the environment. But the question is, how far are these beliefs to the reality? So today we are meeting you and Ravikumar sir, who can not only throw some light on these beliefs, but also has been practicing what he believes is the right thing to do. So let's go and catch up with him and see. Thank you so much, sir, for making time to catch up with us. I would like to go back to the car days to understand what was the initiative all about and what was the outcome of the initiative.
This was in 1991 we
Right.
started, so we can set the background at that time. India was moving into a digital world
Right,
then,
right.
and technology was seen as the liberator. Then we were talking about what is called appropriate technology.
Okay.
Technology should be accessible to everyone, every walk of life.
Right.
Otherwise, technology will drive the society instead of the society developing technology to suit them. At that time, we were addressing directly the issues of rural areas. Institutions were focused on development, which was mostly urban based. They, the kind of solutions required at the rural areas are very simple in the sense they should be locally resourceful. They must be able to do,
Right.
make, operate.
Right.
Some of the basic issues is that of water, for example, the basic elements necessary for life. So access to water decides the quality of life in rural areas. And a lot of effort goes into collecting that water. So technologies which are based around making it easier, reduction of drudgery in water lifting, such things would have a lot of impact. These are niche-based technologies. These are not mass-produced like any.
Right.
But locally it can be produced. Local resourcefulness is possible. So these are the kind of things we are trying to show.
Okay. Okay.
Then sustainability in water. Today water is, there is a lot of water stress with the increased population, fresh water not being available. So harvesting rainwater is one. We have to be very positive about water. And one of them is harvesting the water where you are, from the roof, from your surroundings. See that it's managed properly is a very essential thing. By doing this, we will also be reducing our footprint. Our biggest problem is the kind of footprint we leave behind.
Right.
A carbon footprint, and similarly in all walks of life, cumulative footprint will be there. That can be reduced by this kind of self-sufficiency.
Right.
So rainwater harvesting as a sustainable solution. There are also composting toilet.
Okay.
In very dry areas where water is not sufficiently available, a composting toilet could make a big difference. And that way they will also recycle the material. Though a composting toilet would make sense everywhere.
Right.
Okay, right. There will be a lot of resistance. But where water is not there, there it will be a very, very feasible thing.
Okay.
There are many such examples. So composting toilets are possible. There are communities who suffered for water, who take to such things very easily.
Okay.
Actually, that is our ultimate solution to sanitation.
Okay.
Today, our sanitation system based on water. Water is a convenience, but we overdo it and put all the waste into water.
Right.
So that's when the trouble starts. So that can be cured in the root itself.
Correct.
Have composting toilets where you separate urine and feces. Urine is used, it's a sterile liquid with 94% of the nutrient.
Right.
It is used directly as a nutrient. And the feces compost. At the end of the year, you have about 250 kilos of compost from one family going into the landscape. So recycling human waste also makes sense because the family's waste is able to produce enough food for the family from that
Correct.
land.
Right. And what was the support you got from the government, if there were any?
See, one thing we had realized is that you can set examples, one or two examples. If you want to do it in large scale, again, government gets involved.
Right.
This is our experience from rainwater harvesting and also these sanitation-related projects.
Okay.
Where we partnered with the government in the form of local Jilla Panchayat.
Okay.
So, as partners, we could develop many systems and implement such programs.
Okay.
See, one thing that resulted from that is a village called Gendapur. Right. Which is in the back borders of Kabini Reservoir.
Okay.
It's completely rainwater harvested. What we mean is every house has a 5,000 liter tank.
Okay.
Where the rooftop water is filtered and stored and used. During the rainy season, they use it for everything. End of rainy season, they conserve it and use it as drinking water for the rest of the time till the next rain start. So that way they are self-sufficient with good quality water for their personal consumption.
When you were talking about the footprints we leave behind, you spoke about carbon footprint as well. So how do you think global warming as a threat is to our environment, and what are the simplest thing a common man like me can do?
I'd like to mention one thing when we talk about the carbon footprint. As it is understood presently, the world average is something like 4.6 tons per person per year.
Okay.
India is way below that, at about 2 tons per person. So one must be surprised they are so low. But within that you must realize there are 60-70% of people who are without a footprint. They have negligible footprint. Okay. Whereas rest of us, the city dwellers, we have a footprint like a giant animal.
Right.
So, do you understand the kind of disparity that exists when you talk about carbon footprints?
Correct. Right.
So, it's a responsibility of this 30% to reduce its footprint. When we talk about developing countries to adjust, so within the country, there are these developed and undeveloped parts,
right,
which has to converge.
Okay. How do you think that can be achieved? Or do you think it can be achieved at all?
It's not a matter of choice. It's a luxury you can't afford for now.
Right.
So ultimately you have to come out with ways of life where your average carbon footprint is reduced. You may be surprised why it is so. When you see the poorer section, they still use biomass as fuel. Right. Now gas is coming to some extent, otherwise biomass. So that has a zero footprint. They move about locally. They need very little transport, but to use public transport, bicycle.
Right.
So now life must be possible for them. It is not make it impossible so that they can't live there and migrate to a city and live a dreadful life.
Right. I do believe that there is a working rainwater harvesting system. So is it possible for us to just go through the whole system and understand how it works?
All the rainwater collected from the edges of the roofs come here.
Right.
You see a valve out there, which is in the open position now.
Okay.
The first water flows out. It cleans the atmosphere plus your roof. Much of the dirty water is within the 10 minutes. Let it flow out. It's a percolation pit.
Okay.
Later, if I close it, the water will enter the filter, and after the filter into the tank.
Okay.
So what you see out there,
Okay.
the first part is the filter.
Okay.
And the rest of it is an underground tank, some tank of 10,000 liter capacity.
Okay.
So every year we will fill up at least 60 to 80,000 liters of water and use it. During monsoon, that's about 6 months, we use it for everything.
Right.
The rest of the time we use it as drinking water.
Right.
That's our source of fresh water. Otherwise, the source of water here is the groundwater, which is very hard, which is not really potable here. So the only way to live is either buy water from outside or an RO, have a RO system, or have your rainwater system. Simply filter it and drink it. That's what we do.
And how affordable are these systems?
It depends on 4 factors. One is how much rain is available in your area. Other is how much roof you have. Third is how much space you have. Fourth is how much you can afford to have.
Okay.
You can afford to invest. Today, a 1000 liter tank, a tank cost is the biggest cost, 80% of the cost. For 1000 liter is about 6,000 rupees.
Okay.
So 10,000 rupees. You have a 1000 liter tank and a plumbing system to bring water, filter it and keep it. For 10,000 rupees, you can have a simple system. So that's how it starts. So it depends on one's need. You have enough roof capacity,
Right.
then you can have a bigger tank. So investment is proportional to that. Another possibility is to recycle the water. Today that's an opportunity you should miss out.
Right.
Grey water which is generated, which is from the kitchen, bathroom and wash area, laundry. So that can be filtered very easily. Once it is not mixed into our sanitation system,
Okay.
it's much easier to clean. You can make use of the plant community
Right.
and bacteria to do the work for you. So I have a simple reed bed system, which is a trough about 15 feet long,
Okay.
filled with pebbles. So water flows through that. By the time it comes out through a stable community of microorganisms, it's clean. There is no odor. So I can use it in my garden. That's how I recycle water in the garden.
Okay.
So that much conservation and recycling of wastewater. This is my grey water treatment system. What you see is a trough,
Okay.
pebble beds, with canna growing over that.
Okay.
So the roots of canna is also doing work for me, keeping it oxygenated.
Right.
So you don't smell anything. So water gets treated, gets collected in that, which I pump out with a small pump and use for my watering. The rainwater is collected. There you see another down pipe with a first flush valve.
Right. Right.
Okay. I'll just open the first flush valve and we'll see. Right. So that's a lot of wastewater that was there at the bottom.
Right.
So
Right.
every time you can flush it out.
Right. What are the ways you segregate your waste?
All the organic waste becomes compost at home. Only the plastic and biodegradables, they're put away and sent it for recycling.
Okay. Can you just have a look at the compost?
Sure. Just turning it over.
Right.
Hadn't done earlier. Lot of ants. They're taking shelter and food from there. Symbiotic relationship. So this is my composter. Most of my biomass from the kitchen gets composted here. Otherwise, biomass will get mulched and get recycled on the land.
On the land.
Leaf composting will be happening.
Okay.
So this will all supplement. All the biomass generated here gets back,
Right.
along with some charcoal also made from the woody biomass that generated within the land. So it's a very small enterprise, but it's sustainable. It also
Sustainable,
keeps you fit
Right.
physically and mentally. And I'm also glad that it's possible to generate so much of biomass, which gives you, it's not just biomass, they also give you so much of oxygen, so much of pleasure,
Right.
so much of company. A lot of birds come because of them. So glad to capture the solar energy that way.
Is it a possibility in a concrete jungle setup?
But the question is, do the people who are living in the concrete jungle, as you say, want anything else? If they want, the whole purpose of these concrete jungles, as we say, these big apartment complexes, was to economize on the land. Land was a premium value.
Right.
So make it affordable by having more housing complexes or smaller area. But it also means that when you aggregate like that, you also leave sufficient open spaces,
Right.
community spaces. So if you are taken tall of so many trees, you will be recreating somewhere else, right? If
Ideally.
that happens, ideally, if it doesn't happen, then there is no surgery that can be done.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
The, once you realize the mistake, again to go back in such a way, how much of it can be brought back? How much close you can get to what is right?
Are you still spearheading car?
I took retirement 10 years back.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the journey as far as CART was concerned. But what I'm doing is I'm trying to set examples of whatever I'm talking about, wherever people want. That way I'm free. So that's what I've been doing.
Any message for us? When I say us, our generation and the generations to come.
Yeah, actually our hope comes from that. Okay. I remember one poster in Gandhi's ashram, in Sabarmati ashram, with a Tagore's caricature. It says that every child comes with a promise that God is not yet bored of mankind.
Okay. Okay.
Which means that the hope is still there. Otherwise, if God could have pressed a button to stop all this, the hope is within. So where is that within? And another thing that's happening is India is getting younger. This is a demographic dividend that is paying off. So in a matter of 5 to 10 years, you'll see that bulk of India, which is 60 to 70%, will be in your age group, or younger. So it's the youngest India ever has been, and it's a huge human resource. So what they think, how they think, and how they act is going to make a big difference. We are also in a generation which has had a severe impact on our own living systems. So now we have a generation which has all the wherewithal and the knowledge, and what it does is going to make a difference. So we have to think of a very simple, light way of living. Reinvent our, energy and ethics with that.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your time with us.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for taking out time to watch the video. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to it, and ring the bell. If you don't like the video, do let me know what can be improved. As always, do something for yourself, do something for Mother Nature, do something which you always wanted to do, which makes a difference in your life. Until next time, bye-bye.